So I was one of the early phases of the Gibson mod. I was a test dummy for it, you could say. I had heard about him through word of mouth and what he was doing to help people out, and I thought I'd give it a try. And I only have positive things to say. It absolutely made my life easier throughout the entirety of Ranger School because you live with that ruck on your back. That ruck is what should generally feel like home. And one of the many direct situations where I can say that my ruck was better than everybody else's was um, early on in Derby. When you load onto LMTVs and you get off very quickly, um, you just grab a ruck. You don't have time to mess around on the dismount point because you're on an LDA. You need to get off it very quickly. So um, they pack it in as much people and rucks as they can fit, and then you just hop off, grab that first ruck that you're handed, and you head off to the wood line. And now, um, platoon SOP changes, but I carried that ruck all the way to our first contact. So I took IDF with it. I had to ruck run with it during that react to IDF battle drill, and then we went and took contact. We did that battle drill. Obviously, we dropped rucks for that, and then we reconsolidated. So at that reconsolidation point, that was when I was able to finally give that ruck back to its rightful owner. And that entire time that I was carrying someone else's ruck on my back, I was wishing that I had my own ruck, not because of the equipment they had, because we all had around the same amount of weight, plus or minus an AT4 or a Skedco. It was because the way that Gibson is able to fasten the ruck to the frame using the extra weave clips, it makes it so much better by the way that it hugs your back and the way that it moves with you. And now this other person's ruck, I don't know if it was from their unit or from the Ranger CIF, but it wasn't tight to the back. It was pulling away from me constantly. It was loaded high, and all the weight was what felt like at the bottom. And now on the Gibson mod as well, he has the load-bearing straps very high and with extra support from the surrounding straps around those load-bearing straps, as well as weaving the primary straps under the bottom of the ruck in a way that helps pull the load just a little bit higher, to where it doesn't feel like it's all sagging around your waist. It feels like it's up around your shoulders, putting weight on your your upper shoulders, collarbone, and traps. That's exactly where you want it. You want that ruck to be able to move with you, and that's exactly what my ruck did. And we had multiple instances, or I had multiple instances of this going forward into mountains in Florida. Anytime I had to grab someone else's ruck, a lot of times we had to carry other people's rucks back and forth when it came to Kazovac and other dismount movements. And every single ruck that I had the Gibson mod felt the same as mine. It was always tight to my back, and I could tell that he had a hand in making so many different people's experiences just a little bit less miserable.